Hello and welcome back. Welcome to the final week of what Jared's watching. 5 episodes, 5 movies, and 5 delicious snacks. Today, I'm snacking on, oh yeah, that's crawfish, baby. I am excited. I went and I picked up 5 pounds of these bad boys, and it's probably not going to be enough. You know, my crawfish consumption is down roughly 80% this year. Those are frighteningly low numbers. So, going into our final week here, I really want to get pumped up. And that means I'm going to have to watch a really motivational epic. Today, I'm watching Armageddon. I want to be very clear. I love this movie, and I do not love it ironically. This is not a so bad it's good movie. This movie is so good, so awesome, and I am going to break it down. Okay, first of all, before anything, we can say this about all Michael Bay movies. All Michael Bay movies look good. Now you can make a complaint. There are some where you can make a legitimate argument against the editing, and I wouldn't fight you. But from a cinematography visual standpoint, all Michael Bays look fantastic. And so you could watch them just for the gorgeous visuals. Of course, I watch them for other reasons, and I really love this one. All right. When I review movies on my Letterboxd account, yes, I'm promoting myself. It's my show. I break my reviews down to 3 basic questions. Is it entertaining? Is it emotionally moving? Does it have something to say? So let's take a look at Armageddon. Is it entertaining? Absolutely. Okay, this movie is so entertaining. And, you know, the most common criticism I hear of Armageddon is always somebody who goes, "Oh, why is it easier to teach oil drillers to be astronauts than it is to teach astronauts to operate a drill?" And whenever somebody says this, they always think they're so clever. All right, well, I've got an answer for you, naysayers. First of all, okay, because people put forth this question as if like it never occurred to the filmmakers. And here's the thing. The reason that Armageddon has oil drillers going into space to land on the asteroid and destroy it is because it's more entertaining. It's more entertaining to watch people who are out of their element, okay? And if you don't believe me, I would invite you to watch Deep Impact, in which astronauts go to destroy the giant asteroid headed for Earth. And it is boring. Okay, Armageddon's got a bunch of really fun characters in it. And, you know, this starts to lead us into, is it emotionally moving? Yes, for me it is very emotionally moving. This movie moves me to tears, usually more than once. My favorite sequence is the launch sequence when they're boarding the space shuttles and they're leaving Earth, and you know that whole montage scene sequence is very, very moving to me. And here's why. You know, it comes down to ultimately, you've got a bunch of what we would consider ordinary people who have decided, yeah, we're going to risk our lives to try and save everyone and everything. That's inspiring to me. That moves me, okay? You have these characters who find this opportunity to be better and to redeem themselves and to do something of tremendous significance. And even though the movie has fun with it, and there's the scene where they all where they have the list of their different requests and things that they want as compensation for doing this job, but ultimately they're doing this selflessly, like knowing that there's a very low chance of that they've taken on this near impossible mission, and their likelihood of survival is very, very questionable, and they're going to do it anyway. Yes, that moves me. That is, call me sentimental, but somebody being willing to lay down their life for the greater good. That's I'm all about it. Okay. So yeah, this movie definitely moves me. And I think, circling back around to that argument about oil drillers being astronauts, well, we have these really colorful characters in this movie. And I think that's one of the things, like, this movie doesn't get enough credit for, is that, like, it's great at delivering these memorable characters. And even we have some characters who don't get that much screen time, but the screen time they have is significant enough to endear them to us. I remember, like, Owen Wilson is in this movie, and like there's this great just a tiny little scene between him and Ben Affleck, and they're arguing over who would be Han Solo in their, as they're getting training to go into space, which one of them is Han Solo. And, it's just little things like that make the characters real. That's 100% the kind of argument or discussion I can see myself being in with my own friends, and it makes the characters seem real, and thus we form attachments to them, and when we lose characters we feel the loss. I do. It's emotionally moving. And finally, does it have something to say? Yes, I really do think this movie has something to say. And again, it comes back to that whole, why are oil drillers astronauts? Well, what I say it is ultimately what this movie is a sense of, it's kind of a modern day fairy tale. Yes, of course. Like, I don't think anybody is incapable of seeing some of the absurdity of this concept, but when you think about it as being more of a fairy tale or a folk tale of some kind, then, like, what's the purpose of the story? Are they trying to make a movie about the scientific realities of trying to destroy an asteroid that would be on a collision course with Earth? No, that is not the purpose of this movie. That's where I've always given Michael Bay credit, is he knows his audience. He knew who he was making this for. I also own this movie, the Criterion Collection, which unfortunately was only released on DVD. It hasn't been released on Blu-ray from Criterion. But the Criterion Collection DVD has a great commentary track on it. And guess what? Guess where this whole, why is it easier to train oil drillers to be astronauts? Well, it comes up on the commentary. Ben Affleck actually brings it up. So, if you're not clever if this is your argument against the movie. Okay. But Michael Bay talks on the commentary track about how, he made this movie for middle America. He wanted to make a piece of Americana. He wanted to make this movie, in a sense, for blue collar workers. And so, yeah, I think there is something cool about saying, like, taking, however unrealistic you might want to say that it is, and ultimately, like, yeah, it probably is. But again, who cares? Because it's about, like, taking these everyday people and putting them into the position in the story where they are the heroes. And so when an everyday person goes and sees the movie, they're seeing some of themselves in this story. And maybe they come away believing in a better part of themselves, and I think that's awesome. I think that, I mean, especially like right now when we do see it, that it's like, okay, like, not to diminish the heroism of doctors and scientists who are certainly playing a significant role in what's going on with our world right now. But there is heroism too in those people that do those jobs that, are classified as blue collar work. And it has made a significant difference in many of our lives, just being able to have, some of those comforts and things, and even sometimes necessities, because of people doing this work. And this is a movie that I think is all about kind of taking those characters and putting them into this grandiose story, and saying that, like, yeah, like, these are the people that make up the fabric of our society, and they are the heroes. When this movie came out, 1998, the tagline for the poster was "Earth's darkest day will be man's finest hour." And again, call me sentimental, that's something I really believe. And I think that that's what this movie was about. That's what this movie was saying, was just kind of trying to take, this doomsday scenario and say that, like, these are the people that will make the difference. These are the people that can and maybe even will save us. That's a statement I can get behind. I really like this movie. I don't think that it, whatever faults it may have, its strengths vastly outweigh them for me. I for sure, if Armageddon makes my top 10 of all time. So there you go. Armageddon is available on HBO right now. It is awesome. Crawfish. It's going to be a good week. See you on the other side. Not enough. Not enough.